Hey, yo, what's up? You know what it is. It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on. And yo, the King of Fighters Destiny, Episode 5, Side Story, Geese Howard. Now, knowing coming in that this is what this episode was, is that I was expecting a little more about his involvement with the Orochi in his current state, but this side story didn't really give it. And given what this side story provided us as the backstory to Geese Howard, it kind of makes sense because all the backstory was a alternate retelling of Geese's issues with the Stromheim family. Because in the video, it's everybody was living cool, and then one day, hey, Geese and your mama get out. We don't want nothing to do with y'all because you a bastard kid and blah, blah, blah. Peace. Peacey feezy. Go. You know what I'm saying? And then Geese goes back at some point and tries to fight Krauser, and Krauser lays him out. Well, not lays him out. He sits up here and puts the work on him. How about we do it that way? He puts the work on him and tell him, hey, because you my brother, I ain't going to kill you, but man, you no longer need it. Peace out. Which is way different than what the actual story is canonically to Fatal Fury. Is, from my understanding of it, is Geese's daddy was living happily with Geese's mom and Geese in America somewhere. Before he met them, Geese's daddy was smashing some other chick, which is ultimately Krauser's mom. So he was chilling over here in America. Then we found out, hey, we got some good news. She's the pregnant. So because now you're gonna be the king of Stromheim or whatever, you got to come back over here to Germany, seek Heil and all that. So you got to say peace to your gal and your son, because you can't be with them no more. This gave Geese a whole bunch of hostility, and then he tried to go murk Krauser, and the same thing that happened in the King of Fighters Destiny episode, where he tries to go murk the daddy instead. The daddy, I think his name is Rudolph, if I'm not mistaken. And then Krauser tries to get his hands on him, but the daddy like, nah, I know what this is. Don't worry about it, let me handle it. And he sends Geese on his way, and it starts the weird bloodline, the bloodline feud between Krauser and Geese, where when Krauser finds out Geese got whooped by Terry and allegedly was dead, he did the Fatal Fury 2 tournament, where he then, after Terry beat him, he then committed suicide, and you will find that in Memories of the Stray Wolf. The other piece of the side story is the lead up to Jeff, where that's mostly play-by-play. Even though like a lot of drama CDs kind of retell the story differently about how Geese ultimately got to the point where, hey, you know what I'm saying, I gotta kill you because, you know what I'm saying, you got something I want and I got something you need. It's called death because that's what it's gonna be. See, you know, even I can do some improv R. Kelly. But with that all of that in there, it's like I'm just trying to like figure out like, because the thing is, because I'm just trying to like gather it in my head. It's like, the thing is that I appreciate about the side story is that we see Geese motivations laid out. It's that the Krauser thing is new, the Jeff thing is same old, that we gotta have some reason, but it's like both of them like, hey, because yo, we fam dog, I'm not gonna kill you, but you not needed. But ultimately, what we know is that Geese towered above them all. It's like Geese faked his own death, technically, depending on how you really want to talk about what canon is, because Geese doesn't technically die in canon. Because remember, Fatal Fury Wild Ambition is the first Fatal Fury game in canon, because it retcons everything that was Fatal Fury 1. I'm hopping. You have knocked me off this wooden plank that holds over this big old giant skyscraper. Oh my, I'm falling. So remember that. So when you retcon it like that, it kind of makes what Krauser did in Fatal Fury 2 a little bit more overkill, because your brother really isn't dead, but you know, your people say he dead, so you know, I guess if you want to play the retcon that way, you can. When it comes to Geese and Jeff, it's Tung chose the successor, and it ultimately got him killed, but Tung ultimately died. So that's a thing too. So I appreciate that we got this side story. That's wonderful. That's great. It answered none of my questions. And I can't hold the episode hostage and be mean to the episode because I wanted to know what's up with Geese and his link to the Orochi when he never had any in the first place and how they gonna flip that. So I don't know. I don't know like where I really sit with that. But again, like I said, I do want to say that I appreciate that the side story exists. That we have this information that Geese had a chance to have a couple of minutes of understanding his character motivation. They didn't explain his rise to power, though. That would have made the episode a little bit more interesting because I'm trying to sit up here and figure out that all that side story is like, where does Geese rise to power to become the ultimate drug kingpin pimp that he is? What happens to that? You know, I used to be police commissioner for 5 seconds in this one SNK game and no one else, the super spy. And what happened with all the fighting too, if that's even canon, and we kind of know it's not, but still, is that even though we get explained character motivations, is that side story did not provide an escalator to how Geese got to where he was before he murdered Jeff Bogart. And I really think that would have made the side story a bit more complete because you can use canon and you can fill in your own blanks. That's fine. That's okay. If that's what we have to do as people who watch the show, then that's what we got to do to make sure that we fill in the blanks where we can, unless there's going to be another one of these. But again, I thought the flip on the Krauser Stroheim stuff was interesting. I appreciated that. Is that the Jeff Bogart stuff like that stuff is same old, same old. It's like you get jealous because you don't get chosen, you get mad, murder somebody's father, then you get murdered yourself, and then the cycle goes on and on. It is the Ouroboros, the snake eating his tail of revenge, which was technically stopped by Terry when he adopted Rock. So there's that too. So you know, you get those weird little crossovers. I hope, again, like I said, because during these 5 episodes, we really haven't heard much about the Orochi. We got the mature little mini I'm here thing in episode 1. Geese showed that, you know, he got the Orochi running through his veins. But this again, like I said, the side story showed nothing. But I'm assuming that, you know, that within G.O.'s investigation of what's going on and why, that we'll get the answers that we're looking for. And also, before I forget, it's kind of cool they changed the intro a little bit and showing people doing moves and going into max mode and things like that, even though that wasn't a thing you could do in the King of Fighters. Well, even though you couldn't go max mode, but if you build your meter up, you are in maximum. So, you know, technically it is what it is, but it ain't what it ain't, but it is what it is now, isn't it? Yes, it is indeed. But yeah, man, overall a good episode. Is that I just wish that it was just a smidge bit longer and had a little more information for me to chomp at and sit up here and try to figure out and try to put my stamp on. But great episode regardless of all of that. We'll go ahead and get up out of here, man. I'm going to go and turn this into a video. We'll be back next week with another episode of Triple the Guy Speaks On, the King of Fighters Destiny. And I'm, of course, the one and the only Triple the G.O.D. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for this said installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And with that being said, Republican! Do I want to? Because I stand my hands with you, bro. No. Ship, no. Red, maybe. Deadly! You know what? I like that. You know what? I like, look, screaming out random Geese Howard attack names. You know, we should do that more often. So, look, I'm the one and the only, the Triple the G.O.D. This has been another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And with that being said, I will holler at you guys next time, man. Peace!